Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're kind of wrestling with a really big question, one that feels, well, fundamental. What is love, really?
Hmm.
Is it about the big, splashy gestures, the stuff we see in movies? Or is it something quieter, something that shows up when life gets incredibly tough?
That's such a great way to frame it. And it's exactly what we're digging into today with our deep dive into Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me.
Right?
Our mission here isn't just to give you a plot summary. No, we want to cut right to the chase. How this book handles some really intense real-life stuff through, a developing relationship.
Giving you that shortcut to its emotional core, basically.
Exactly. And its wider impact, too.
Okay, so let's set the scene a little. We meet Samantha Diaz. Her life is, well, it's defined by caring for her mom, who has dementia. A huge responsibility.
Yeah, all-consuming, really.
And then, boom, after this amazing first date, veterinarian Xavier Rush walks into her life.
And you feel that tension immediately, this potential for new love right up against these existing really heavy duties.
It signals right away, doesn't it, that this is going to be a poignant story about love, loss, and frankly, incredible resilience. It's all baked in from the start.
Absolutely. And Jimenez sets up that central conflict so skillfully. Samantha's identity is just so wrapped up in being a caregiver.
It's who she is in many ways.
Right. Then Xavier comes along, and he's not just a love interest, he's like a different reality pulling at her. It creates this immediate, very real tension, this kind of push and pull between what she wants for herself and this huge responsibility she carries. Jimenez shows us that tightrope walk.
And she walks it so well in the narrative. The story manages to juggle both things, this exciting new romance and the daily, often draining reality of caregiving.
Which could easily just weigh the whole story down, make it depressing.
Totally. But Jimenez is known for blending humor and heartache, right? And she does it here. The story feels uplifting somehow and deeply resonant without being just heavy. How does she pull that off?
Well, I think a lot of it comes down to her narrative choices. It's how she tells it. Her use of dialogue is key, I think.
Right.
Samantha's internal thoughts, for instance, they often have this sharp, almost sarcastic edge. It provides a really important balance to the tough situation she's in.
Like little moments of relief.
Exactly. Those lines that just cut through the tension and make you chuckle. And Xavier's banter with her does that too. It's like a shared breath, acknowledging the weight without ignoring it.
It feels authentic.
It does. She gets that even in dark times, people find ways to connect, to laugh. Giving us those moments grounds the romance, makes it feel lived in, not just plotted.
And that realism, that specific detail, is what critics seem to be picking up on too.
For sure.
Like the literary lifestyle called it very heavy, yet very realistic. They noted the journey can feel almost too much to bear sometimes.
Which sounds intense.
It is. But they argue that's why it feels like true, lasting love. It's not a perfect fairy tale. It's messy and real, forged in challenges.
And Bookish Goblin sort of echoes that, right? Praising its raw, realistic feel.
Yeah, they really emphasize the emotional depth Jimenez brings, saying it elevates the genre beyond stereotypes.
What they're getting at, I think, is that Jimenez isn't just writing about falling in love. She's exploring loving someone when life is inconvenient, demanding.
The daily grind of it.
Precisely. The exhaustion, the small sacrifices, the doubts. That's where the realism really hits home, in those details. It kind of redefines what realism can mean in romance.
So listening to this, you might be thinking about your own life, The story really highlights that universal balancing act, what you want versus what you have to do. It makes you appreciate that quiet heroism in just showing up every day, sticking with it.
Yeah, it holds up a mirror, doesn't it? It makes you think about your own commitments, your own priorities, especially when things get tough.
It really does. What does commitment actually look like under pressure?
Yeah. What does it mean to really be there for someone?
Okay, so with all this emotional depth and the critical praise, you'd think, okay, everyone must love this book.
You would think.
But interestingly, that's not quite the case. The Every Girl pointed out that Say You'll Remember Me is actually splitting her fans online.
Which is fascinating. Some readers are deeply, deeply connecting with it, just completely drawn in.
And others, less so, maybe even put off by it.
So why that split, especially for an author who's generally so beloved?
What's your take?
Well, I suspect the very things we've been praising, that raw realism, the emotional weight, might be exactly what pushes some readers away.
Ah, interesting. Too much reality.
Perhaps. If you pick up a romance expecting pure escapism, the unflinching look at dementia care, the constant pressure on Samantha, it might feel like a lot.
It doesn't shy away.
Not at all. And that's a bold choice, brilliant for many, but maybe jarring for others whose expectations are different. It lands differently depending on what you're looking for.
That makes sense. It really shows how personal reading is. But even with that split among some fans online, the overall picture is still pretty massive, right?
Oh, absolutely. You look at Goodreads, it's got a 4.03 out of 5 stars. That's based on over 347,000 ratings.
Wow.
And more than 51,000 actual written reviews. That's not just a few people talking online. That's huge engagement.
So despite any division, the book clearly has a wide reach and a generally very positive reception overall.
Definitely. It shows a massive number of people are connecting with it deeply, which again makes you think, what is it about these tough themes that resonate so strongly with so many?
Yeah, what draws you in? Is it the authenticity, the challenge, or that ultimate message of love enduring? It kind of invites you to figure out where you stand.
And maybe even challenges your ideas about what a romance novel can be.
Now, here's something that really jumped out at me during our research for this deep dive. An unexpected connection.
Oh.
We found out that Pham, she's married to the popular YouTuber Trahan, is actually a reader of Abby Jimenez's books.
No kidding. Okay, that's interesting. It shows Jimenez's appeal is really broad, crossing over into different worlds online.
Exactly. But it gets even more resonant when you think about Trahan himself.
How so?
Well, he's known for his huge philanthropic efforts, right? Particularly raising, over $11 million for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
That's right. Incredible work. St. Jude's focuses on kids with serious illnesses, which requires just immense compassion, a real commitment, showing up in profoundly difficult circumstances.
So do you see the connection? It's not just a random fact that Haley reads her books.
I see where you're going.
Ryan's real-world actions, the dedication, the compassion, the giving, the empathy, making a positive impact, they mirror the core themes in Jimenez's book, especially, say, You'll Remember Me.
That's a powerful parallel. You've got Ryan's very public commitment to St. Jude, showing up for those kids and families on a massive scale.
Right. And then you have Samantha's deeply personal, relentless commitment to her mother, showing up day after day in a private battle.
Both are profound acts of showing up when things are incredibly hard. One is philanthropic, global. The other is intimate, familial. But the root value, that steadfast love and care, it's the same.
Exactly. It adds this whole other layer. It shows these themes aren't just fictional constructs. They reflect real values we admire in the world.
It really underscores how fiction tackling real issues can resonate beyond the page. It reflects, or even maybe inspires, the kind of actions and values we see in people like Trahan. It makes you think about that fundamental human drive to care.
So wrapping things up on, say, You'll Remember Me. That central takeaway feels so clear now. Love isn't just the grand gestures. It's fundamentally about showing up for each other, especially when life throws its worst at you.
And Jimenez doesn't just say that. She shows it. Through Samantha's sacrifices, through Xavier's patience, those quiet, consistent acts of just being there, that's where their love really shines.
Yeah. And understanding that interplay, love, responsibility, resilience in a story like this, it's not just about the book. It helps you make sense of your own life, your own relationships.
Absolutely. It gives you a framework, maybe, to think about these big human questions through a really engaging story. It's definitely a compelling choice if you want romance that has, substance, grace, and grit.
We've covered a lot today. The emotional heart of the book, how it's made, the different reactions it got, and even that surprising real-world echo. It really shows how powerful stories can be.
It really does. So here's something to chew on as you go about your day.
Okay.
If love really is defined by showing up in the hard times, by that quiet, unwavering presence, think about your own life. What are those acts of connection, maybe unnoticed acts by you or for you, that are actually the most profound signs of commitment?
How do we see and value that steadfastness, that quiet showing up?
Exactly. It's worth reflecting on.
A great final thought. We hope you continue your own deep dives into stories and maybe even real-life examples that make you think and feel and expand how you see the human heart. Until next time.